Hello, hello, hello people! Happy Sunday! Yeah, today's going to be a bit of a slightly different one. We're back onto felting again. So the plan for today, we are going to, if you saw a couple of weeks ago, I talked about this kit that I'd got on deal from Hobbycraft, which is a needle felting cactus kit. So we're going to work through this cactus kit, so if anyone wants to felt along, it's just some greens and browns in felt, or if you just want to see me suffer because it's got polystyrene balls in it, and I hate felting on polystyrene balls. And at the same time, while we're doing that, while we've got a nice quiet felty bit going on, we'll continue to talk about the eatsy things. And specifically today, I just wanted to talk a little bit about the differences between eatsy testing and eatsy changes. So yeah, just want to talk about that. And if you have any other questions about eatsy, about needle felting, about possibly anything, ask them in the comments. Which side are they? Ask them in the chat, wherever it is on your device. Yeah, so I hope you've all had an awesome week. And I will just dive into the chat, say hello. I am time wasting before I have to start felting on polystyrene balls. And if you, my dogs are wandering around coughing up fur balls or some such thing, so I'll just pop into the chat and say hello to everyone. We have Magdalena, who's been in since before the start, so hello there, awesome to see you. Glad you made it this time. Reading from the title, it sounds interesting and you can't wait. Awesome, thank you so much, great to see you, Magdalena. And we have Wally, Sandra in, hello there, I hope you're doing great as well. And Paper Crane Wishes, she's making a glitter tumbler as we speak. That sounds awesome. Sorry if you can hear the dogs. Ben is currently scratching himself on the stairs which run behind me. He's having a good rub up against the stairs in a very noisy fashion. And here he comes. Can I actually show you? He'll stop if I try and show you guys this. But where is he? Oh yeah, like I said, Ben would stop as soon as I tried. There we go. He's having a wee scratch. Hello, Benny boy. How's my boy? He's wiping his face on the sofa. Right, now I won't be able to get the camera lined up again. Yes, that looks okay. We can still see me. Right, here we go. Right, yes, mum saying I'm interested to see how the kit turns out. For those that missed it, me and mum went to Hobbycraft when she was visiting a couple of weeks ago, and we found these on sale. I think I've torn off the price tag, but I think it was like about £3. It was something ridiculously cheap, so I'm not overly hopeful. Glenda, hello, good morning to you. Yep, it's 4 o'clock here, but I know it's like about 10-11 in other places in the world, and it's middle of the night in other places. Right, okay, I'm gonna put my keyboard away, which probably means the dog's gonna stand on it, and do the thing I don't want to do, is we opened this kit a couple of weeks ago to see what was in it. So I know it's polystyrene balls, so lid off, ew. And this was what was wrapped around it, and I've got a horrible feeling, come up Ben, come up and sit with me. I've got a horrible feeling that is all the instructions we're getting, because I don't see any other instructions, which is rubbish, but we'll see. And the most pointless foam pad in the history of the world. I suppose, okay, it might be good for small detail, and it's got the needles in it, which, yeah, look like pretty stabby grabby needles. Breaking out trying to get these things out, and I'm just looking at them. They're the exact same length. They look, are they the exact, yep, they're pretty much the same length. They look about the same level of stabby, which my guess is that these are going to be horribly stabby, way too stabby. But one thing I'm going to do immediately to make this kit slightly less hateful is I'm going to use my needle holder. I got a whole bunch of these now. If you haven't used needle holders before, it's changed my life. It's made everything so much easier. So it might make me hate this needle less. So stick the needle in the needle holder. This is fiddly. There we go. And this way, it's certainly, I used to get a lot of like repetitive strain injury in my hand, and holding a needle holder has made it better. So I'm hoping this will improve things. So needle in needle holder. We have quite a lot of fibre. If anyone was going to be felting along, oh sorry, runny nose, terrible. I've got 3 colours of green, which are really kind of cool. It's a sort of moss green, a screaming neon green, and a dark forest green. I'm making up terms for it now. We've got a dark chocolatey brown, and a lighter tanny colour. That's quite a cool colour actually. And a teeny bit of pink. We also have, for no apparent reason, in a bag a small tiny fluff of a light beige colour. And we have 3 eggs in polystyrene and 1 tiny ball. That's what's in the kit, right? And I was correct. It does look like the only instructions we have are the tiny amount of instructions we get here. Wonderful. So sorry, my hay fever is so bad just now. So we have the pictures, if you can see them, of the cactuses. Okay, I'll ask you guys, right, I don't know how much time we'll have to do things, so would you like to work with me to make cactus number 1 that looks like a mitt with spots on? Or cactus number 2, this is kind of like a traditional housey cactus, the flowering butt cheeks. I sell it so well. Or cactus number 3, which looks like a comedy cartoon cactus. Up to you. You guys choose which of these cactuses we're going to make, and I will check. I will read the instructions. So, step 1. Separate the felt into portions suitable for each cactus. That's really helpful for a beginner. Oh, excuse me. Charming. Top tip: be careful to handle gently and not cut with scissors. Okay, that's a good enough tip. 2. To create the flower pots. Oh, here we go. To create the flower pots, wrap felt around the polystyrene shape. Which polystyrene shape? Okay, so we're making flower pots out of the polystyrene egg shapes. Yeah, I don't know how that works. I'm at a loss already. Use the felting needle to stab the felt so it becomes attached to the polystyrene. Yeah, top tip from me, wool doesn't become attached to the polystyrene. It kind of sticks in and can pull off. This will create a matted wool effect. The more you stab, the more matted and dense the wool becomes, and the more the polystyrene ball falls apart. Top tip: this does take some time, so be patient. 3. To create the cacti and rim of the flower pot, tear felt gently and roll into the desired shape. So this is the best instructions I've ever seen. Wow. Rude. Something just fell behind me there. Place the felt onto the foam pad in which the needles arrived and stab until the felt becomes dense. Top tip: leave some felt at the end of each component unattached. This can be used to attach each component to the flower pots. Part 4. Stab white wool onto the flat cactus for effect. 5. Stab your light green sections together, and after creating your pink balls by rolling and stabbing, stab them onto the green sections to secure. And part 6. Stab each part into the flower pots to attach. So they're telling us to make flower pots and make all the cactuses and stick them together. But seriously, if you guys can see, that is the level of instructions, and that's the step-by-step photographs. So this not a beginner's kit, because there's, is it just me? That was absolutely no instructions whatsoever. But anyway, I think we can manage it, kinda. Right, so what's everyone seeing? Magdalena misses seeing Ben and Mia. I know, so sorry about that. Yes. Marsha's mixed media. Hey there, good to see you. Wally like chalk on a chalkboard. Absolutely. But the good news is, because Funky Mike, I can share it with you. Cool. Okay, so what have we got the votes in? Oh, you guys are rubbish help. Paper Cream Wishes likes number 3. Wally's going for 2. And Magdalena's going for number 2. Tinker Treasures, hello there. Okay, so that's most votes anyway for number 2, which is like the bum cactus. Demonetized already. Okay, so the bum cactus starts with a fully tan pot. I have not, right, so this is supposed to make 3 cactuses, so I would want to split this into, that's about a third, and take off a bit for doing the rim of the pot. Well, I'm assuming that's going to be the base of the pot. I have no idea how this is going to work out. This is... Oh, right, you suffer with me. Oh, this is hard. Okay, that's not going to cover a whole thing. Oh, I hate the noise. Mum really sounded like gobbledygook. Lily, hello there. Okay, so that is not going to be enough to cover this entire bowl, so I'm going in with the remaining portion. So this is about a third of the wool. Oh, guys, can I cheat? Right. Right, does anybody mind if I cheat and make a similar sized bowl out of felt, because otherwise that is horrible. No, can't do it. I'm gonna make an egg. I'm sorry guys, I just can't. I'm gonna make a super quick egg. Because it would be so much easier. Right, super quick egg out of regular wool. I'm not even going to felt it that firmly. But this is just going to drive me bonkers already. So, sorry guys if you wanted to watch me suffer. Right, so while I'm making this is the perfect time. Thank you, Magdalena. Yes, for the pre-felt bowl. Thank you so much. So it's super easy to make an egg. You just roll up a kind of log shape and then felt it. Like, I've done tutorials on how to felt a bowl, and an egg is just the same, apart from I make it a bowl there and then gently point the end. Oh, Lily forgot about felting. Good. Excellent. Lily's going to join in. Is anyone else felting today? I know I didn't give as much of a warning as I usually do that we were going to be felting. So, anyone who has polystyrene balls and absolutely hates themselves, feel free to use polystyrene balls, but I'm going to make pre-felt balls quickly. Yes, so I said we're going to talk about Etsy changes versus Etsy testing, because quite often I get questions from people, or people are saying Etsy's done this one thing, they've made this change, and basically, you know, is this a change? Is this something they're doing? Why are they doing this? Now, if Etsy makes an actual change, generally there will be some kind of announcement that they're doing it. They don't give us a massive heads up at the start. They don't give us massive amounts of warning, but they do tell us things are coming. They will change the Etsy seller handbook to let us know what's happened. There will be announcements in the forums. If I spot it, I will try, because I know people have been liking if I try and jump in and make quick videos to let you know what's happened. If there's actual changes, that's what's likely to happen. But one thing that Etsy does, it's been doing for a long time now, but it does tests, and it's a good thing that it does tests. And there used to be a page, it doesn't seem to be updated anymore, but Etsy used to have a page telling us what tests they were running, what tests, when they were finished, what kind of results they saw of the tests. That page doesn't seem to be live anymore, but when you see a test, what it tends to be is a certain proportion of buyers will be shown something differently. Now, a big one that was about last year was the free shipping one. If people didn't see that, was basically Etsy tested that some buyers would see free shipping, and they would see free shipping, it was over $25, or free shipping for over $35, and they reimbursed the shops that were seen in this trial. So they were able to test and see if the free shipping made a difference to the sellers. Now, okay, in my opinion, that test was very biased, because it was saying that shoppers much preferred free shipping, but the shops didn't know they were in the test. The shops didn't put their prices up to cover the free shipping. This was really free shipping because Etsy paid the sellers to do this. So this is different. They've come out and they've said buyers much preferred free shipping. We've seen this from our test, and they've read the data wrong, and they've now told shops, yeah, it's cool, put up your prices, and that's where the whole free shipping came from. But this was a test a good while ago that they did this, and so people were able to say they knew they were in the test. But there's other small scale tests on all the time. You might have noticed sometimes the descriptions seem to be at the side, sometimes the descriptions are below. What's the latest one that just popped into my mind? Oh yeah, people are saying just now that Etsy, what's the words? Words are hard. Stab and talk. Etsy are giving some people the option to filter the search results by feedback. So you could filter and say, well, I only want to see shops with 5-star reviews. And the thing is, this is not something that's not been announced. This is not something that is universal across the board. If you hear people saying, I've got this thing, then it just means just now that they're testing it on a few buyers. So if you don't see it, it just means you're not in the test. And if the test goes well, if people like it, then they might keep it. Right, we've made a kind of egg. It's roughly about the same as this horrific egg. That is really not bad. Go me. Right, so now we will add, and again, tops, not the biggest fan. This seems quite a coarse. This is certainly not merino. I don't think they tell us. It just says coloured felt, which is not coloured felt, it's wool. So it's not the best quality. Well, it's probably quite good for felting with. It seems quite coarse, but tops isn't the best, as I've said a million times. Tops is not the best for beginners to felt with. Yeah, I really don't understand how this kit is supposed to work. I know how I'm going to make it work, but as a beginner, I don't know how. Right, is it just me? Can someone think about how you can use an egg shape to make a pot shape? It's really hard to point, but to make the kind of pot shape, I'm not really sure how you do that, because I can make a pot like that, but then there's going to be that poking out of the top. So because this is an egg, of fleece, then I'm just going to kind of squish it to my own proportions. This is very, 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 very bad instructions, I have to admit, but we'll do the best we can, trying to felt a pot shape. So I would say, look, so far looking at this kit, I'm going to say this is a terrible kit for a beginner. If you have no experience and this is your only thing that you've ever heard about needle felting, don't buy this for someone that's not heard about needle felting, because the instructions are not helpful at all. I've been felting for 11 years and I'm struggling to see how they reckon I can make things out of the shapes they've given us. So yeah, that's kind of interesting. But however, when they're down in price to like £3, I think it was, there's quite a lot of fibres in fun colours. So yeah, it's not bad. And in its defence, I'm doing pretty good with this needle. I'm not swearing at the needle at all. It's doing what a felting needle should. It's felting. So that's pretty cool anyway. But trying to make a pot. Now in the picture they've made the most adorable sort of fat terracotta looking kind of pot. So hopefully we'll both get that. And to be fair, okay, if you use the polystyrene that they give you, there is enough equipment here to at least try and... I think there's enough equipment here to make at least one of the cactuses. I'm thinking from how much I've used of this, of the pot colour, to the size that they're wanting us to make it, I'm thinking that there's not really enough. Oh, tell a lie. I'm being an idiot. Yeah. No, I'm being an idiot. The pots aren't all the same colour, so you don't need that much of the terracotta colour. So yeah, there's probably enough to make what they're telling us to make. So yeah, I'm good with that. Lily's already made her little pot, so she's freestyling. Go you. Fab. I'm really slacking today. I'm going too slow. Right, so... Oh, fibre's getting up my nose and everything today. So while I'm being really slow and making this little terracotta-y pot, what else have you guys been working on? What projects? What fun things? I don't think did I show you the fairy house that Mum got me? No, that was after we went to Hobbycraft. But we seen this and I just had to get this from the works in the UK. This little fairy houses are a thing, and I'm planning to paint this up. I might even film painting this up. I'm super looking forward to this. Such a cute little house, and it wasn't that expensive. I can't remember now. It wasn't that expensive, but so much detail. And even listen to this. Oops. There's a little magnet to keep the door shut. Fantastic. My little fairy house. Right, Pam, back to work, because Lily's going to beat us. And if anyone else is felting along and you make a creation, the good thing about these felt-alongs is I would love to see your work. I would love to see what you've made, so you can share it either in Ben McFuzzyLugs on Facebook or Pam Duthie's Crafty Friends on Facebook. So once you've made something, really want to see it. That would be so cool. Right, okay, I'm getting kind of a pot shape. I'm just, if you're totally a beginner, right, to make the bottom of the pot flat, I'm just keeping the needle perpendicular and felting backwards and forwards to make a little bum for this so it doesn't fall over. Oh, Lily, got you. You have a ready-made terracotta pot. Genius! Yeah, of course. You get in garden centres, but also in craft stores, you get the tiny little terracotta pots. They would be so cute to felt little cactuses into. Absolutely. I've been tempted. I keep walking past them going, should I do this? What I really want to make is, do you guys know the film Little Shop of Horrors? I absolutely love Audrey 2 from that. Someone in Pam Duthie's Crafty Friends made Audrey 2 and shared it with us a few weeks back, but I've been wanting to make one forever. So yeah, having a little terracotta pot makes this so much easier. But I'm just trying to get this one made quickly. Magdalena wants to see a painting of the fairy house. Awesome. I'm in my head, right, I'll run this by you guys. I think I'm even going to be all grown up and try and do little test color swatchy thingies, but I want to paint it up like in the purple and blue color scheme, but I want to do the front of the house like in bricks, like the bricks in my filming wall upstairs, so it's like on brand. But I thought that might be really cute, so kind of either purpley themed bricks, not all purple, but mainly purple bricks with white grouting. Well, it's not grouting on bricks, but whatever you call it, with white in between, and pink roof and door things, or pink schemed bricks with purple roof and door. So you guys tell me, what colour scheme do you think would work best for something like that? Or I could do like white, mad coloured bricks and then do white door and roof. Losing voice already. Oh yeah, Mum says the house, so Lily's in the UK, so that the little fairy house is £8 and it was in the works. Only some of the stores had it and I didn't see it online, so they might be running out, so get yourself down and have a look if you want one. I think they're super cute. I haven't decided quite what I'm going to do with it yet, but I needed to have it anyway. And Lily, Audrey 2, that would be great. I know, he. I was going to say, do plants have gender? But they absolutely do. Right, okay, I'm not happy with how that's looking because I'm rushing it, but we want to get through it. So I want to make the little lip of the pot, and they just tell you to do it on the little mat and felt the shape and then stick it on. They don't really tell you how to do it much, but what I'm going to do, right, I'm now going to show you how to use this kit. What I'm going to do is try and make a get a bit that's about as long as that'll go round the pot, and I'm just going to felt one side of this flat so it becomes like a thick rectangle, if that makes sense. So this bottom lip is flat. You'll see what I mean when I'm done, hopefully. Marsha's can't wait to see what I do with the fairy house. Me neither. I really hope it works because it's super. What's the worst that can happen? It looks a mess and I have to repaint it. I touch wood. I don't think I can totally wreck a fairy house. But it is just super cute. I think fairy houses and things are kind of big this season again. There's a lot of them. We also got, I can't go and fetch them just now because they're in the kitchen, but there's in the garden centre there was tons of little whimsical fairy doors, not like the gorgeous just plain wooden ones, but they're metal ones that look very fairy-y, and little fairy windows and little entire fairy houses in metal that were so gorgeous. Really loved all of them. So I think fairies is a good theme for this year. I think that's going to be big again, so good to know. Magdalena, sounds good with a colour combi, the purple you say. I do like a bit of purple, I can't lie. Like I say, I'm going to do some test pieces. I'm going to draw it out and see what I feel like before I do it, because I want something that hopefully looks really good, because it is awesome. So that's one of the things I've been doing. Oh, another thing I was planning, somebody mentioned things about Christmas ornaments, and I realised I hadn't made any last year. I got fed up because A couple of years ago, everybody wanted Christmas ornaments. It was all they were asking for, and it was driving me crazy. I got bored of making Christmas ornaments, but this year I thought what I would do, I've ordered in some of these little cute Christmas stockings rather than make them myself. They're pretty cheap, and I'm stuffing it with like odds and ends of fleece, and I'm just gonna do like the head and the paws of the animal poking out of there, and I thought that could be like really cute, but a fairly quick little make that might be popular for Christmas. And I've only ordered a few of the little booties, so they're going to be sort of limited edition. So that's my plans for Christmas. It's way too early to think about Christmas. So what is everybody else's? Have you been planning what you're going to be selling? Because, right, if you're selling supplies, they've got to be out. They've got to be for sale just now. If you're selling anything else, now is the time to be still doing the keyword research, deciding what we're going to make, starting making stuff, ordering in supplies. I don't have them to hand just now, but again, it's funny how things go around full circle. When I started on Etsy, everybody was all big on, and quite rightly, on recycling, reusing, and it was a good feature. People, when they did a review of your shop, when they did a review when they got your stuff, they would review what your packaging was like, and if you're using recycled packaging, everyone was all for it. And then suddenly everything went a bit more upmarket. Right, let's see if this works. So I'm just going to put this lip around here like so. It kind of fits. I would spend much more time on this normally. Yeah, then Etsy went a bit more upmarket, and people were like, I would give a bad review if someone shipped something in a reused box or things. People were really not happy about it. But we seem to have gone back round to people liking recycled things, which is good. It suits me. I like that much better myself. I still... I have a shoebox sitting over there from when Mum was down. She bought shoes and kept the box. I ship some of my biggest sculptures in shoe boxes. Anytime I can recycle things, the better. But I hadn't thought of doing that for the other stuff that I'm sending. So, as I told you all a couple of weeks ago, I ordered the massive roll of partially recycled bubble wrap, which is just over by Mia. So I've got that, and then I've ordered in some recycled paper shipping boxes, which I'm really looking forward to get hold of. And to cut down on the plastic even further, I've got some little linen reusable bags to pop the dogs in to keep them safe on their journey. And these little bags, I got a custom stamp made with my shop name and some stuff. I haven't got it yet, so I'll show you guys when I get it. But this custom stamp, so I'm going to stamp up the bags, stamp up the boxes, so people know, it's branded, but it's also going to be recycled stuff. So I'm super looking forward to that. So what are you guys doing to be recycling, reusing, reducing, and all these kind of things? And the other thing is, again, needle felting has gone through phases. For anyone else that's done it, I don't know if you've found the same, but there has been times when we used to get lots and lots of grief from vegan activist groups, which was really funny because at the time I was partially vegan myself. I couldn't be full vegan because I'm using animal products, obviously, but we used to get so much grief for it. But now people understand, using wool, although you've got to check on the processes of where your fibres come from when you can. But using wool is a great natural fibre, I think, so people are starting to like that a bit better. Right, I've got one side starting to look a bit pot-like. We won't talk about what's going on here, but we've got one side a little bit pot-like, because, like I say, I don't want you guys to have to be sitting here all day, but I want to give an idea. So making a fat bottom pot shape and then making this thick lip, it's kind of cute, it's working. Anita, hello there. Good to see you, my dear. It's cool. All the cool people are in the house. Oh, I'm so losing my voice today. But okay, I think we've got something that's looking a bit like a pot here. And this is going to be, for those who have just joined us, this is going to be our little cactus in the middle. The bum cheek cactus. I don't know what the proper name of this is. I am assuming in the kit, this is a hobbycraft kit with absolutely terrible instructions. I'm assuming, see the sizes are terrible. Anyway, I'm assuming they want us to use this bowl. I am not going to use that bowl. I'm going to make a bowl of felt myself, which is the easiest thing in the world. Just, if you're new to needle felting, you just literally roll into a bowl as tight as I go. That's about as big as it's going to be. So that's about the right size. I just want to go a little bit bigger. I think that's too small. So just a tiny pinch more. Roll in and quickly. As I say, if you're new to needle felting, the shape that you get as you push the needle in, it felts the fibres down in that direction. So if I want a bowl, I have to keep the needle moving always perpendicular to the surface I want to create. So I can do that by either moving the needle, or I can felt straight into the top of this and move the wool. And that's what I'm going to do, is just quickly felt over this. And this just fairly quick. This is a pretty good needle. Got it. This is the Hobbycraft needle felting kit. So just quickly running around this until it holds its own shape. The other thing you can do, look, if people are scared for their fingers, we do have the pad that comes in the kit, and you do the same. You would stab into it, and it's probably easier to move your needle and then move the item. It's not quite as nimble. You can't go quite so quickly, but there we go. Anita, you can make many things, but not felting. You do collect them, and you're addicted to them, and you're very vegan. Well, awesome. You know, as I say, I was kind of mainly sort of vegan for a while. I completely agree with being kind to animals and being as good to the environment as we can be within reason. But I feel using wool products is some of the best things we can do with them. The sheep are going to exist just now. The sheep have to be shorn. The wool, and I have friends who live and work on sheep farms, and the cruelty you see pictures of is taken all out of proportions. If they pay money for shearers to come over, if the shearers were hurting their animals, the farmers would be pretty mad at them, because that costs them money, basically. So I'm not saying it's always the kindest, but I look out, when I can, I look out for the best wool that I can from the best practices. That's my thing. Ignatius Robinson, hello there. I hope I said that right. Ignatius, that's awesome. Anita, you'll be poking holes in your fingers. Yeah, well, it happens to us all. Thankfully I'm a bit improved, and also the good thing is this is such a large project. Watch, I'm going to stab myself. For me, this is such a large project that basically, if you think without having the thing in there, I'm just poking between where my fingers are, and you kind of have a reasonable idea where your fingers are in the earth. Basically in the earth, you have a reasonable idea, so it's not so bad. But also, I'm not holding very tightly onto the needle, so when I do hit my fingers, which I do, I mean, that's not sore. If I was like proper stabbing in, that was sore. And here we go. Safety point from Pam. I know some of you guys have heard me say this before. I find felting on a pad more stabby dangerous, because you're holding things down and stabbing towards like the top of your fingers, and you're not as aware of where the top of your fingers are as you are where the tips. We are more sensitive of the tips of our fingers, so it's easier to go and get a good stab in your finger there. So I try not to do that. But Lily's only at 2 finger stabs so far. Fantastic. Well, I hope they're just gentle ones. But yeah, it's going to happen. It's a little bit of the dangers of the job. Right, okay, that's going to be good enough just now. Now, I'm guessing by the pictures, again, by the pictures, this is all we have to go on. I'm guessing this little cactus buddy is in the screaming green colour. This is quite an awesome neon-y green. It's very cool. So, yeah, they give us all of this just for this one. So, yeah, this kit does have enough supplies in it to make what they're telling us to make. So, in that respect, it's good. You just need a better tutorial. So, yeah, just going to felt this over until it's relatively smooth. Anita, cool. You're a cool vegan. No, totally. I'm never gonna say anything bad about vegans because it's something that I would love to be able to do better. And I tried. My other problem is a lot of the people I was following, the food was so processed. So, you know, that was getting difficult. I prefer not to have majorly processed food, which you can totally be vegan and not massively processed, but I was struggling, so I'm a little more carnivore now. Queen Leonie, hello, I hope everyone's enjoying the weekend. Yeah, it's been way too quick a weekend, but awesome. Yeah, it's been nice. Ben's having a wee scratch beside me. Anita, you would have serious holes in your fingers, lots of band-aids. I well, in the beginning, I think there's like my fingers basically over time just are tougher than they used to be, because I used to have to stop to like stab for a bit, and I'd have to stop and wait until kind of the blood stopped. It was never that bad, but you don't, even like a tiny speck of blood, obviously you have to stop and clean up. But thankfully, like just a tiny touch, it's not, I've got it, sorry, I have to stop doing that. Delia sounds like a good opportunity to get DNA on the cactus. Yeah, I wonder if like hundreds of years time people can resurrect us from the DNA on our needle felting. But it certainly is more of a danger thing than, I'm trying to think what are the most dangerous crafts. A lot of crafts carry a bit of a risk because we're our own health and safety, so we can do things that others can't. I'd say with the needle felting, obviously the needle is the biggest danger. Some people are allergic to the wool, and I suppose some fibres, you could be breathing in the fibres if they're very fine or very you get all sorts of fun fibres, and I haven't looked at a health and safety kind of sheet for all of these. I probably should. So I suppose there's dangers that way. But yeah, there's some awesome fibres if people haven't looked. Recycled plastic bottle fibre is this bright white kind of crazy spirally stuff. It's amazing fun. Right, okay, that's felted enough that I'm going to stick him onto his pot. I can't wait to see what Lily's making. For those that don't know, Lily's felting along, but she's freestyling, so I'm looking forward to what she manages to make. Anita, yeah, some of the food is very processed. Queen Leonie, it's nice and hot in the UK. I'm up in Scotland, so we're in a completely different weather system than you, but the sun has finally come out. It's been pretty gross the past. Ben's having a wee cough beside me, but he's too lazy to sit up properly. Oh, there we go. He's too lazy to sit up to actually clear his throat properly. Right. Oh, the dogs have been suffering a bit with hay fever as well as I have, but hopefully hay fever season's passing. Yeah, it's been wild here the past few days, and I just noticed out the window just now the sun is just starting to shine. Anita, you used crazy glue and glued your finger to your eyelid once. I can imagine it was horrible, but okay, I've done some crazy things, but gluing my finger to my eyelid, that's particularly impressive. Sorry. Brilliant. Lily has a pot and a green bowl so far. Yay! So we're at the same place then. Cool. I have a pot and a green bowl. It's kind of starting to stick now. It really wasn't wanting to stick, which is not good because I know my wool's good. I think this wool's okay. I think this is fairly reasonable wool in this kit. Obviously, if anyone is felting this at a later date, take your time to felt everything nice and smooth, but yeah, needle felting takes its time. I would say to get to this point, if you're using the polystyrene bowls, is never, because you'll have given up the will to live. But if you're felting with little bowls, at least about an hour, maybe an hour and a half felting to get it all nice and smooth. But yeah, we're going cute so far. Anita, your husband wouldn't stop laughing. Aren't men so lovely? I had, many years ago, I'd had a really bad cold and I felt absolutely lousy. And then my partner at the time was killing himself laughing. Absolutely couldn't stop laughing and started taking pictures of me because one of my eyes had literally stopped moving. So when I went to look over there, I had one eye looking straight and the other looking there, and he thought it was the most funny thing in the world, and so was taking pictures of the fact that one of my eyes didn't move anymore. And I just felt too lousy to do anything about it. But yeah, wonderfulness of men. I went to the doctors. I went to the hospital the next day and they looked at it and they just said, apparently, I didn't know this, but it was because I'd had such a bad head cold, your eyes have like muscles in them for directions, obviously, and two of them were bothered by the cold and they'd just given up working for a couple of days. So I was like freaking out, but he was just like finding this the funniest thing ever, that I could pull the most creepy faces in the world. So yeah, if that ever happens, it's not a huge deal, but it's very weird, to say the least. Oh, Anita, your husband was a medic and he was laughing at you with your... Okay, like, if someone glued their finger to their eyelid. Sorry, that is so... Magdalene, I think you'll felt it as a Christmas present, maybe as a Christmas ornament. I think the cactuses would be super cute as Christmas ornaments, actually. Yeah, that's a great idea. Right, I don't want to felt this too firmly. I need to darn eye muscles. I'm trying to figure out, I think, you guys let me know, right, is that even close? Inside the cactus, I think they're using the brown to do the stripes down here. I would have used the dark green, but I think they're using the brown there. And to make the segments, that's really looks kind of similar to how we do a pumpkin. So if anyone hasn't made pumpkins yet. But yeah, I think these would be actually super cute little tree ornaments. Good thinking, Magdalena. Delia, you have twin brothers. Oh no. When they were kids... where's it? Oh no. When they were kids, one found the super glue, squeezed it and it shot out and glued the other's eye shut. Oh my goodness. Big problems and surgery to open it. Wow. So he glued his brother's eyelid shut. Wow. That's freaky, but okay, yeah. That's crazy. A glue is a dramatic item for sure. I mean, I believe super glue was actually invented in the first place to seal wounds together quickly when you were like in a battle situation and couldn't get stitches. So it's kind of surgical, and it definitely works with skin. I've done little bits myself of craziness. Right, I'm making the executive decision that this is brown. So we're going to take a little pinch of brown, try and get a long enough bit, so I'm just pulling and twisting at the same time. That didn't work great, but it'll do. And I'm picking which is my nicest front bit to be the very front of this, and I'm going to felt this over and around the cactus. I can't show you and talk and everything at the same time. So it's going in at the bottom of the cactus and going up right around to the back. Oh, Lily doesn't have any brown. I think a darker green would do, or even a black. It just looks like it makes shading in the middle. Or Lily, I know you do it in purple or pink. Or no, we're gonna have pink anyway. I saw the colours you did the cats. Do it in any colours. It was a cat. What was it that we made? Penguin? Cat? I can't remember what we made. But so just taking this contrasting colour and then just gonna felt this straight line along. Now I'm trying to decide how many segments to make in this. I think it's 6 looking at the picture. I'll let you all look at the picture. I think it's going to be 6 segments. It's definitely not 4, and I think 8 would be too many. 8 might be, well, we're going with 6. So that's going to be another 2 more bits. So I'll do that now. See, pull off a strand and then put it in. So it's a third of the way across. Actually, it's kind of looking a little bit cactus-like already. A third of the way across, right up the middle, cross at the top, and felt into the bottom. And 1 more. Magdalena, yeah, dark green will give it depth as well. I don't think that, I thought it was going to be dark green, but just the picture looked like brown. It's the colours that have given us. So I'm doing this one the 2/3 of the way, or in the middle of the biggest gap, right up over the top and down again. And I'm just going to felt all into these to felt them in to dent this line in to give it the kind of bum cheeks type shape. I'm great at words. Oh, Anita's going to stick to buying from me. That's fine. I won't complain about that. But yeah, felting's fun, but every craft's for different people. My mum does every kind of craft under the sun, but is scared of needle felting. She doesn't want to do it. She's tried. She's just not happy with it. And I really about the only one I can do is needle felting. I can do other things. I just can't be bothered to do them. So yeah, we all have our own thing. So that's cool. And I buy off of plenty of other crafters because it's awesome to get other people's work. So all I'm doing here is going backwards and forwards across the coloured lines, and this causes that to sink in a little bit, and the bits that I haven't touched kind of poof up a little bit more. So it just gives the shape of the cactusy thing. This is coming together pretty well. The directions were absolutely rubbish. It was just basically make a cactus, which is not very helpful if you're a beginner, but the materials are fine. This is me using their needle, and I haven't swore about it once, which is a magic thing. Okay, I couldn't. Now, yeah, again, if you were using the polystyrene ball, then for this felting in these little bits to get them to poof out a bit, it wouldn't work nearly as well because obviously polystyrene balls don't poof out. So I think way better with a ball of wool. That's my thinking. I'm sticking to it. Everybody, let's start a campaign to stop putting polystyrene in needle felting kits. It's not a good way. It's not good. Right. Where are we? Oh, Delia went hiking in the desert yesterday, taking pictures of cactus. Wow, I've never seen a desert. I've never seen a cactus in the wild. That's amazing. See, I think it's awesome that like all over the world different things are exotic. Probably if you live near a desert, it's like, oh, there's another cactus. It's no big deal. Whereas, like for me, it's like, wow, a real wild cactus. I've only seen them in a garden centre. And it was the same. I used to joke, I had a friend from South Africa, and she used to talk about when they were kids, and like when we were kids, everyone used to moan as kids that on a sunny Sunday you would go, like, you'd be dragged by your parents to a stately home and have to look round this traditional old worldy British stately house. And she used to complain that their sunny Sundays, they were dragged out to go on safari. And she was like, I would have loved to go around and see the stately homes. I was like, I would have loved to go on safari. So yeah, it depends where you live. These things are completely, what's exotic to one lot of people is totally like boring to the rest. So yeah, seeing cactuses would be totally exotic, whereas other people would find looking around stately homes, like Downton Abbey houses, would find that really cool. Whereas yeah, as kids, like everyone at our school would always complain, like, we're being dragged around stately homes. Alright, this is not puffing up as much as I hoped, but it's doing the job at speed. Delia, thank you so much. These kits, it's so stressful to do the kits because it's not how I would do things, but it's okay. It looks like a cactus, doesn't it? Anita, unless someone wants an item with red spots on it, you should leave the felting up to me. Safer for everyone. That's hilarious, because years ago, a channel I watched, Threadbanger, I think I mentioned them last week or the week before as well. Really good YouTube channel. They do crafts, but it's also funny and slightly rude, and they try experiment with different crafts and all sorts of things. The bit where the channel took off was his series, what's called Man versus Pin, where they saw the things on Pinterest that you look at and go, yeah, that's totally impossible. So he would try doing the Pinterest things. But years ago he tried to do needle felting, and I actually think he did quite good. But one of the jokes on his channel is he's always messing up and cutting his hand, so there's blood everywhere. And I think some of the needle felting blood was real, not staged. But he was making this white bunny, and it was like, add some pink to give roses to the cheeks. And it's just like, no, got plenty of pink. And he just blended it out with little bits of blood. So I thought that was hilarious and so true for needle felting. Oh, Delia gets excited with a tree, or if you get excited with rain, you should visit Scotland. It would be like a dream for you. We get excited with sunshine. Anita, you're in the USA, Illinois, and it can be 50 in the morning, snowing in the afternoon, and 90 by sundown. Yeah, the Scotland has a thing. We have a song and a saying, and it is 4 seasons in one day, and very much like, I was trying many years ago to organise a dog training seminar with one of the biggest dog trainers that I absolutely love. If you guys haven't seen her, she's called Kiko Pup, and she's an amazing dog trainer. And I was trying to organise a seminar, and I was talking about what kind of building we should hire. And they were just like, oh no, it's fine. Just tell us when your rainy season is, and we'll come in the summertime. We can do it outside. And it's like, no, we can't guarantee outside conditions. That's not how it works in Scotland. It could be gorgeous, but no, you organise inside things because it's gonna be bad. Right, so I think that's as good as he's getting so far. It looks better on camera. Lily, looks like your pumpkin has ripened. I know they are a little bit green pumpkins rather than cactuses, but it's cool, it's all good. Diane, yeah, Threadbanger had a heart attack. Yep, I've been following him, and that was terrifying. You guys need to watch that video. I can't put links to it just now, but Threadbanger, and that's how you spell it. If you go on his channel, yeah, they weren't posting for a little while, and I was like, oh, I wonder what's going on. And literally, due to hay fever, this guy had a heart attack and literally died, but was brought back to life and everything. So terrifying. So yeah, that's really weird. Am I even close to getting that right? Akeno, hi. Olivia, hello there. Hi, how are you doing? Anita, does it get really warm here? It depends on your version of really warm. Okay, we do things in centigrade rather than Fahrenheit, so someone will have to convert for me. In general, we don't get super cold and we don't get super warm. I would say on average our winters are at about 10 degrees and our summers are about 20 degrees. But we have had, last summer was particularly good, and we had a couple of days that were, according to my car, getting into the mid-30s, which is in the hundreds Fahrenheit, I think, which, because we go from, like, say about 15 degrees to 35 degrees in one day, there's no building up, there's no, oh, that's winter, here we've got spring, it's getting warmer and warmer. We go, meh, 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 roasting, meh, freezing. So you don't get used to any of the temperatures. And I believe sometimes in the winter it gets down to about -10. For those who aren't on the metric system, 0 is freezing. So I'm not sure what -10 is. So we're not super warm, we're not super cold, but it feels like it. Right, okay, let's stop with this, and we've got to make little tiny pink balls to go on the top of this. Where's the pink? Oh, there we go, there's the pink. So I'm just gonna take a biggish pinch of pink and just kind of roll it up into a ball between my fingers. If I weren't on tally at the minute, right, a little trick to get things to roll easier, if you just dampen your finger, so lick your finger slightly, so just get your finger slightly moist, and that just helps grip the fibers. So again, adding that DNA to the to the things, but it really helps. And then you roll it into a ball, and I'm just being super careful. I know you can't see a thing because it's so tiny, but just the same as the big ball, just holding it and moving it around to get it into a ball shape. So how about everybody else? What's the kind of climate where you guys live? Because it is a British pastime to talk about the weather. We do it so much, but that's because we have so much weather. Literally all day it can be so many different things. Lily, yes, pink balls. Anita, right now it's so humid and 90 out, very yucky. Yeah, humidity, that's, thankfully we don't seem to have, well, we have to deal with humidity in the falling out of the sky in vast amounts, or clouds living on the floor type humidity. Anita, yeah, it's my danger felting, poking that tiny ball and it's making you nervous. Yeah, sorry. But yeah, tiny ball, tiny pink ball. Where's the front of this? And then that's just going to pop onto the cactus. I think I'll make 3 of these. When you're making things in general, it's better to make odd numbers than even numbers because it looks more natural. If you have 4, that looks a bit too regular, so I'm going to make 3 balls. It doesn't tell us how many to make or anything like that, but I'm going to do 3. So roll it into a ball, and these don't need to be super firm. In fact, it's better not to make these super firm, so it's easier to felt onto the cactus, because if you do tiny things super firm, it doesn't have, you need this little bits of stray fibers, so when you felt, these little fibers are able to go in and lock into the next layer down. Anita, floor clouds sound awesome. Only someone who hasn't been in floor clouds would think they're. It sounds magical. It's not. It's think of floor clouds as like 100% humidity. If you've watched any videos of old London, like kind of Sherlock Holmes things, it's just fog. It's when the cloud comes down, it's not magical and fluffy. It's just clammy and fog. And it's worse if you've got floor clouds that are raining. That's just not fair. Magdalena, it's 15 degrees with you and overcast. Oh, that's a bit near. Yeah, I think that's what we had this morning, but now it looks, peeking at my windows just there, it looks much nicer just now. Right, second little pink ball. Pop Girl, hello, you're new, welcome along. Yeah, welcome. Today what we are doing, for anyone else that's just popped in just now, what we are doing just now is following along with a hobbycraft kit of making cactuses. When I say following along, that's a bit of a strong word because they didn't give us many instructions, but I think we're managing. Well, me and Lily Tree are felting. I'm not sure if we've got any quiet ones felting along too, but I'm looking forward to it. I know a lot of people felt along in the replay as well, so there will be a place to post your creations on Ben McFuzzyLugs on Facebook or Pam Duthie's Crafty Friends on Facebook. So if you're not in either of those, pop along and you'll be able to share your creations, and we'll see how everybody did with this interesting little felt. Also, if anyone has any questions about Etsy, we were covering some of the things there. Oh, I did want to say, while I do my last of the ball here, again with the marketing on Etsy, the ads, if anyone hasn't turned them on yet, I said in my last update that the Etsy ads, it wasn't costing me any more than usual, but my views were about half what they used to be. Well, it looks like in the past few days my views have risen up to where they used to be, but my cost is increased. I haven't got enough data yet to say how much, but it looks like a significant increase in cost to get the views to what they were before I changed ads. Excuse me a little bit. Olivia's art, have to run but pop in and say happy Sunday. Thank you for popping in. Have a great day. Yeah, also for anyone that spends any of the time, that's great. Anita would walk through them like they were part of the entrance. I would add freaky music for better effect. Freaky music, always good. Right, last little pink ball up there. That's kind of cute. 3 little pink. I think it looks cactusy. I'm just gonna spend a couple of minutes tidying it up. So if anyone has anything they want to talk about while we're doing this, if you entertain me. I'm busy, right? If you have anything you want to talk about, just pop it in the chat just now. But I think I will be finishing up pretty soon, so get in your questions now. But I'm just gonna smooth everything out a little bit. It's not, I would probably say this is a project, if you're doing the balls as well, this is a project that'll maybe take a couple of hours to get nice and smooth, or you could do something fluffy and cute in like less than an hour. So it's an easy project. It's a kind of good little project. I think, Magdalena, I think you're totally right that they would make ever so cute little tree decorations. Make them a little bit smaller than this. Pop a loop on them, because that's the good thing with wool. It is so light that they can make tree decorations no problem at all. So that would be cute, little cactuses. Oh, another thing, Etsy was telling us that some natural things are supposed to be big this year for tree decorations. So watermelons and avocados. Anyone else want to felt an avocado? I want to felt an avocado. But these are all supposed to be big for things like tree decorations. So that sounds like a whole bunch of fun. Yeah, I want to felt an avocado. That just sounds epically fun. Queen Leonie, watching my felting and thread bangers, I died at the same time. Yeah, it's a really good video, really scary, but I think they cover everything so well. But wow, I really felt for them. That's terrifying. And Anita has to answer some questions. Cool. Good to see you anyway. Hopefully we'll still be here, but I'm not sure. Just tidying up here. So Lily, how are you getting on, Lily? Where have you got to with the felt? I do love getting a chance to felt with some people. This is cool. I'm not sure when Lily decides to do her live streams with her creating some wire earrings. That would be cool. I'm not sure if I'm able to felt along. I try and make any kind of jewellery stuff and more ends up on the floor than anywhere else. Just trying to make the bottom of the pot a little rounder and cuter bum shaped, but do you know, for a rush job talking to people, I think it's looking a bit like what it's supposed to look like, so that's not bad. The wool is good enough quality to felt with. It makes cute things. The colours are good enough. It's holding up. The only I have two big complaints about this kit, but it was £3. I'm pretty sure it was £3. So this is the cheapest kit I've tried, I believe, at all. So problem number one: don't anybody making a kit, do not use polystyrene balls. I hate the polystyrene balls. Don't use that. That's just going to put off any beginners. And problem number two, and actually I don't think these are going to be a whole lot cheaper than just bunging in a small amount of core wool. Can you even see that? A small amount of core wool. And problem number two is just the quality of the instructions. That is not enough instructions for a beginner. That's not enough instructions for me. I mean, I get the basic. Even if they'd given the instructions for this cactus, I think this is a great cactus for beginners to make. It's just like a pumpkin. It's based on a ball. It's a super easy way to learn the felting techniques. So yeah, this would have been really a super kit if they'd have just done slightly more instructions. This would have been such a good kit. Voice going. Thank you. So, I mean, overall, absolutely nothing wrong. Needle's good. Use your own needle holder if you've got one. The fibres, everything they've given us, the colours are great. There's plenty there to make what they want us to make. This, yeah. I know people when they start out, and it's a good way to hold a needle anyway. But I know people when they start out feel the need for a pad. I say when they start out. I know plenty of people love felting on a needle felting pad. I'm just crazy. But yeah, so overall, I think for £3, this kit was well worth the money. It could be better. I'm trying to think, how much do you guys think you would pay for something like this? I think £3, I'm thinking of the exchange rate, that would make it about $5 in America, and however that converts to the rest of the world, I don't know, but it's about $4 or $5, £3. How much would you pay for a kit that makes 3 little cactuses? All the materials are there, just needs instructions. So here we go. Here's the tutorial. Make a pot shape. Super easy. Make the lip of the pot just by felting a little rectangle. Make a ball. Felt over lines in the ball in green, and then make little balls on top. Yeah, there we go. And Lily says she's just working on cuteness. Cute. Everything else you've made has been cute. Let me know if you get it done, and if anyone gets any pictures up on either of the Facebook groups. Well, the group or the page. If anyone gets any pictures up before we finish, let me know, because it's always awesome to share them. But in fact, that's what I'll do just now. Right. Can I do this process and show you? Right, this is my mouse mat. And I'm just oh no, that's not going to balance. Right, mouse mat. Does that even show? Turn that off. So there he is on my mouse mat. Let's pop. Oh, stop. My great photography studio. So, take a picture. Which way was the good way? It's all bad. There we go. That's about the best. Take a picture with Ben snoozing in the background. Have we got Ben? No, he's not wanting to be on camera. Okay. Picture taken, and then I will post this up to Ben McFuzzylugs and Pam Duthie's Felting Friends. And then if anyone else wants to share their pictures. Oh, my phone's trying to do updates while I'm doing this. Go away. Right. And Facebook's changed how it looks as well. Wonderful, wonderful. So, if you have your makes, I'm going to put this up on Ben McFuzzylugs right now. If you've made any, just let me know. Just post them in there. Oops. I can't talk and do stuff, it's hard. Right, so, share your cactuses. Share cacti here. So hit share. Right. Okay, so hopefully that's just going to go on Facebook, and then that'll give a place for you guys to share them. Let me see if I can find that post now. Facebook's going mental. Right, Ben McFuzzylugs. Where's that post? Come on, come on. Right, there it is. So, if anyone has made these little guys and wants to share them, there is where to share them. And I would love to see your work, guys, so just pop them up there and we'll see them all there. If anyone pops anything up before we go offline, but I think it is difficult to felt and post to Facebook. I've just realised that, and we won't be online much longer because I'm hungry and I want my tea. So Magdalena, £8 is reasonable. I agree. I think that would be a fair price. I think a tenner for a felting price is pretty. A felting price. A tenner for a felting kit is pretty good going. I think that sounds about fair. If they'd spent more time putting directions in there. It could have been this, and then they give the full detailed directions for this, and then enough equipment to make others. And I think by the time a beginner had finished this little guy, I've got to stop felting, but I keep fiddling at this. By the time a beginner had felted this little guy, they would have a better idea of how to felt, and they would have an idea of how to go on and challenge themselves with the other projects. So yeah, I wish they'd done that. Literally, it would not have taken long for them to have fired out instructions how to do this. And yeah, get rid of the polystyrene balls. Oh, Lily's just uploading. Looking forward to this. So hopefully we'll get to see one more. Super excited. And there's notifications keep coming up and I'm like, is this it? No. Thank you so much, Lily, for felting along. I wish I'd had a terracotta pot to do. That would have been so much easier. But yeah, and they're super cheap as well. It's really not difficult to get hold of those little terracotta pots. So great idea. Although they might get a little bit too heavy for Christmas decorations, but they're still cute. Yeah, and Magdalena's gonna make it for her Christmas tree too. Awesome. I'm gonna have to see this Christmas tree. That sounds brilliant. Oh, I think has it come in? Oh, fantastic. That is brilliant. Right, hold on. Let's share. Lily trees, fantastic. Okay, everyone, just like, can you all see that? Have I actually shared that screen? Lily did indeed make hers cute. That is adorable. Its little face and the little balls on top at a rakish angle, making it look like a little bow as well. I'm super impressed. That is awesome. I hope you're happy with that. That is brilliant. Here's your little girl. She is definitely a little girl. Needs a bit more work, but getting there. That is brilliant. Great job, Lily. Yeah, love it. Okay, so guys, whoa, what am I doing with my face? Yeah, guys, thank you so much for joining me. That has been fun. I've actually enjoyed making this little guy, and especially loved seeing Lily Tree's little one. You outdid us. That was brilliant. So, and like I say, so that post will be up on Ben McFuzzyLugs forever, or as long as Facebook leaves these things up. So if you make one, please feel free to share. You can also, on other social media things, you could tag Ben McFuzzyLugs. I'm on all the other things. I'm just not very good at them. So someone give me a yell if I get tagged for these little makes. But let's fill the world with cactuses. Cactuses. I think it's cactuses actually. Susan enjoyed watching make the cactus. Awesome, thank you so much. Frank the Tank, hello from Houston. Hi there. Lily, she's better than I expected. Yeah, she is adorable. That great idea, adding the eyes and the mouth. And I think that is certainly what Itsy were showing. I'm just trying to put my needle somewhere safe. Itsy were showing a lot of that kind of cute play food. I think the whole Japanese cute kawaii, did I even say that right? Kawaii cute things is huge again this year. So cute cactuses, cute play food, people are buying them for Christmas ornaments. So yay. Magdalena, yeah, Lily, that is super cute. Thanks for sharing. It is. And yes, thank you so I love that we can do something live together and then see your work instantly. It's amazing. Right, guys, that has been awesome. Thank you so much. I will see you next week.